Alright, enough is enough. Let's stop with the excuses, the whining, and the endless "I'll get to it tomorrow" routine. It's almost 2025, and if you're still sitting there waiting for some magical moment to change your life, you're already losing. You think this year is going to be any different from the last? Spoiler alert, it won't. You're stuck in the same cycle, and you know it. So here's the real question: why the hell are you still letting yourself get in your own way? What's it gonna take for you to finally take control of your life and stop being a passive spectator? You think you're too busy, too tired, too whatever. That's all just code for too scared to do the hard work. But here's the truth: you either invest in yourself now, or you keep watching everyone else pass you by. And trust me, the clock is ticking. You can keep playing small, or you can finally start acting like the person you claim you want to become. But here's the reality check. If you don't make the decision now, you'll be in the same damn place this time next year, and that's on you. Enough with the bullshit. It's time to step up. Let's dive in. Welcome to Self-Mastery Labs. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Stop being a pathetic comfort zone dweller. Practice introspection. Oh, look at you, sitting there, scrolling aimlessly, convincing yourself that you're just taking a break while the world moves forward without you. Guess what? Your comfort zone isn't a sanctuary, it's a prison. And the worst part? You built it yourself, brick by brick, excuse by excuse. I'm just tired, you mutter, as if you're the only person in history who's ever felt exhausted. I'll start tomorrow, you say, knowing full well you said the same thing yesterday. And don't even get me started on the "I don't have time" excuse. It's as old and worn out as your Netflix subscription. You have time. You're just terrified of using it productively because it means confronting the one thing you've been avoiding your entire life: yourself. You think introspection is some cute little exercise where you light a candle, scribble in a journal, and pat yourself on the back for writing, "I want to be a better person." Nope. Introspection is a brutal, unfiltered autopsy of your choices, habits, and mindset. It's looking in the mirror and owning the fact that your mediocrity is your fault. It's cutting the crap and admitting that your comfort zone isn't protecting you. It's suffocating you. Oh, but it's hard. Of course it's hard. Do you think anyone who's thriving woke up one day and found success waiting for them on the nightstand? No. They worked, they risked, and here's the kicker: they failed. You, on the other hand, are too busy coddling yourself to even try. You're so terrified of failure that you've convinced yourself it's better to do nothing. Let me clue you in on a little secret. Failure is where growth lives. And don't you dare act like you don't know this. Deep down, you know you're wasting your potential. You know that binge-watching shows, endlessly scrolling, and dodging challenges isn't self-care. It's self-sabotage. You've mastered the art of staying busy with meaningless crap so you can avoid the uncomfortable truth that you're coasting. But let me ask you this: how's that working out for you? Is your comfort zone making you happy, fulfilled, successful, or are you sitting there, full of regret, envy, and excuses? Practicing introspection is the first step in investing in yourself, and it's not some fluffy, feel-good nonsense. It's a war against your laziness, your denial, and your endless excuses. It's asking yourself the tough questions and actually answering them. Why are you stuck? Why do you keep sabotaging yourself? Why do you spend more time avoiding life than living it? If you don't take a hard, honest look at yourself, how can you expect to grow? You can't, and that's why you're stagnant. That's why you're stuck in the same place, year after year, convincing yourself that you're just waiting for the right time. Newsflash, there is no right time. There's only now. So stop whining about how life is unfair. Stop blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck. You're not unlucky. You're uninspired. You're not stuck. You're scared. And no one is coming to save you. The only person who can fix your life is the one you've been avoiding. You. Start today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Rip apart the excuses. Dive deep into your mind and figure out what's holding you back. It's going to hurt. It's going to be uncomfortable. But that's the point. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in chaos. So stop being a pathetic comfort zone dweller. Practice introspection, face your fears, and invest in yourself. Because if you don't, you're gonna wake up one day, look at your wasted potential, and realize you were the architect of your own downfall. And when that day comes, don't say no one warned you. You've been told. Now get up and do something about it. Chapter 2. Skill up or shut up. Oh, so you think you're special, huh? You think your quirky little TikTok scrolls and random YouTube binges are turning you into some kind of genius? Spoiler alert, they're not. You're not self-taught, you're self-deluded. Watching a 30-second life hack isn't learning. Half listening to a podcast while you scroll Instagram isn't developing a skill. It's called killing time. And honestly, time is the one thing you shouldn't be murdering right now. Let's get something straight. If you don't have a single marketable skill, you have no right to complain about your life. Stop whining about your dead-end job, your lack of opportunities, or how the system is rigged. The system isn't your problem. Your laziness is. Your refusal to skill up is why you're stuck. No one cares about your potential. They care about what you can do. And right now, what you can do is... what exactly? Scroll? Complain? Get out of here with that nonsense. You want respect? Then earn it. Respect isn't handed out like a participation trophy. It's reserved for people who put in the effort to become exceptional. You think anyone's looking at you and thinking, wow, there goes someone who really knows how to waste their potential. No, they're not. They're too busy focusing on people who actually know what they're doing. People who have skills, competence, and the guts to improve themselves. And don't start with the excuses. But I don't know where to start. Oh please, the internet is literally overflowing with free and affordable courses on every skill imaginable. You want to learn coding, photography, public speaking, cooking? There's a course for that. Hell, you can learn half of it for free if you know how to Google. But no, you'd rather sit there, paralyzed by your own laziness, pretending the world owes you something. Here's the thing. Taking a course isn't just about learning a skill. It's about proving to yourself that you're worth the investment. Because let's face it, right now, you're treating yourself like a bargain bin product. You'd rather blow money on overpriced coffee or another useless gadget than spend it on a course that could actually change your life. What does that say about you? I'll tell you. It says you're content with being average. And don't even try the I'm too busy excuse. You're not busy. You're disorganized. You have time to scroll endlessly through social media, binge watch entire seasons of trash TV, and argue with strangers in comment sections, but you can't find a couple of hours a week to level up your skills? Pathetic. You're out here acting like success is some kind of lottery when it's really just a game of preparation. The people you envy, the ones who seem to have it all together, they're not lucky, they're skilled, and they got skilled by putting in the work you're too lazy to do. So, here's the deal. Stop wasting your time on meaningless crap and start learning something that actually matters. Take a course. Take 10. Learn skills that make you valuable, employable, and, dare I say it, interesting. Because right now, your personality isn't cutting it. You want to transform yourself? Then stop waiting for some magical moment of inspiration and get to work. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your inability to take action. Skill up or shut up. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. So stop being a whiny, excuse-making spectator in your own life. Get up, learn something, and become the person you're pretending to be. Chapter 3. Build health or become a walking disaster. Let's get one thing straight. Your body isn't a dumpster, but you sure as hell treat it like one. Shoving junk into it, ignoring it when it screams for help, and expecting it to perform miracles despite your neglect. Are you serious? Look at yourself. You're running on caffeine, sugar, and vibes, wondering why you're tired all the time. You've turned self-care into an excuse to binge snacks and lie on the couch. Guess what? That's not self-care. It's self-destruction. Your health isn't optional. It's not some luxury you'll get around to when life slows down. It's the foundation of everything. Without it, you're nothing. Let me repeat that so it sinks in. Without your health, you are nothing. And if you're not actively working on it, you're slowly killing yourself. It's like you're standing in the middle of the road, watching a bus barrel toward you and thinking, well, maybe it will stop before it hits me. Spoiler alert, it won't. Stop lying to yourself. I'm too busy to exercise. No, you're not. You're just lazy. You find time to scroll endlessly on your phone, binge entire seasons of TV shows, and argue with strangers online, but you can't carve out 30 minutes a day to move your body? Ridiculous. Healthy food is too expensive. Sure, because that overpriced junk food you're inhaling is saving you so much money, right? Keep telling yourself that as your medical bills pile up later. And don't even get me started on mental wellness. You treat your brain like it's supposed to just deal with it, piling on stress, ignoring boundaries, and pretending everything's fine. It's not fine. You're cracking, and instead of addressing the problem, you slap a band-aid on it by numbing yourself with distractions. Newsflash. That's not coping, it's avoidance. Holistic health means addressing the whole package, your body, your mind, and your habits. It means fueling your body with actual nutrients instead of whatever garbage you've been shoving into it. It means sweating a little, moving a little, and realizing that exercise isn't some cruel punishment, it's how you stay alive. It means setting boundaries for your mental health, resting when you need to, and actually addressing the things that stress you out instead of letting them pile up like dirty laundry. Oh, but that sounds hard. Cry me a river. You know what's harder? Heart disease, diabetes, chronic pain, anxiety that keeps you up at night, depression that weighs you down every day. Those are the consequences of ignoring your health. So go ahead, keep pretending you're invincible. See where that gets you. You're not a teenager anymore. You can't just eat garbage, skip sleep, and bounce back like nothing happened. Your body remembers every late night, every greasy meal, and every missed workout. It's keeping score, and one day it's going to hand you the bill. If you're not building your health, you're actively destroying it. There's no middle ground. Stop making excuses and start making changes. You don't need a fancy gym membership or a personal chef to get started. Walk, stretch, eat a vegetable, drink some water, get off your phone, and go to bed at a reasonable hour. These aren't groundbreaking ideas, they're basic human maintenance. You have one body and one brain, and if you ruin them, there are no replacements. You don't get a do-over. So stop treating yourself like a disposable commodity and start acting like your health is worth something, because it is. Build health or become a walking disaster. The choice is yours. Chapter 4. Sell something or stay broke. Let's cut the crap. If you're broke, it's because you refuse to sell something. That's it. No magic, no conspiracy, no external force holding you back, just your fear, laziness, and excuses keeping you stuck in the same pathetic financial rut. You sit there whining about not having money, as if success is some exclusive club you weren't invited to. Newsflash, you're not broke because you can't sell something, you're broke because you won't. Entrepreneurship isn't for special people with golden ideas, it's for people who have guts. But here you are, cowering behind your self-imposed limitations, convincing yourself that selling is beneath you or too risky. Meanwhile, the world is full of people less talented than you who are raking in cash because they dare to package something, anything, and put it out there. Oh, but I'm not an entrepreneur. Yeah? And? Do you think the universe cares? You're not a tree. You don't have roots keeping you stuck. Learn, adapt, and stop acting like you're allergic to growth. Selling isn't some mysterious, unattainable skill. It's figuring out what people need, creating value, and offering it to them. It's that simple. Yet here you are, too scared of rejection to even try. Let me guess, you've got excuses lined up, right? I don't know what to sell. Pathetic. Take a look around. Everyone's selling something. Services, skills, products, knowledge, feet pics, you name it. You have something people want, but you'd rather sit there pretending you're too busy to figure it out. Or maybe you're one of those people who say, I don't want to seem pushy. Are you kidding me? You're okay with being broke, but you're not okay with being bold? You'll sell out your potential just to avoid a little discomfort? That's embarrassing. Selling isn't about being pushy. It's about solving problems. You're not forcing people to buy something they don't need. You're showing them how what you offer can improve their lives. If you're not selling something on the side, you're gambling with your future. Your paycheck isn't a shield, it's a leash. And the worst part, you're the one tightening it. Comfort is your enemy. It's the reason you're stuck. You'd rather sit in your safe little bubble, earning just enough to get by, than risk putting yourself out there. But here's the brutal truth. Your comfort zone is killing your potential. Every day you choose comfort over courage, you're choosing mediocrity. Selling something isn't just about making money, it's about taking control of your life. It's about proving to yourself that you have value, that you're capable of creating something people want, and that you're willing to do what it takes to succeed. It's about stepping out of the shadows and taking a risk, even if it scares you. Stop waiting for someone else to hand you an opportunity. Create your own. Start small if you have to, but start. Sell your skills, your knowledge, your ideas, your time, anything that adds value, because if you don't, you'll stay exactly where you are, broke, bitter, and full of excuses. So, sell something or stay broke. The choice is yours. But don't you dare complain about being stuck if you're not willing to step up and do the work. Comfort is for losers. Action is for winners. And right now, you're one decision away from proving which one you are. Chapter 5. Environment is everything. Optimize or perish. Look around you. Seriously, take a good, hard look. Your surroundings are a direct reflection of your mindset, and if what you see is chaos, clutter, and toxic people sucking the life out of you, then congratulations, you're the problem. Yes, you. Stop blaming your circumstances, your job, your friends, or the universe. If your environment is trash, it's because you've allowed it to be. Here's the truth you don't want to hear. Your environment shapes your destiny. Period. The people you let hang around you, the space you wake up in every day, the habits you've built within those walls, those are the things determining where you're headed. But instead of taking control, you sit there like a helpless victim, complaining about how your life isn't going anywhere. Newsflash, it's not going anywhere because you haven't cleaned up the mess you're living in. Got toxic people in your life? Cut them. Stop clinging to relationships out of convenience or nostalgia. If someone is draining you, holding you back, or filling your head with negativity, they don't belong in your life. I don't care if they're your oldest friend or your family. If they're toxic, they're dead weight. And no, you're not too nice to walk away. You're too weak. Be better. And let's talk about your physical space. Is your home a sanctuary or is it a landfill? Be honest. If it's the latter, it's time to pick up a damn trash bag and get to work. Clutter isn't just an eyesore. It's a constant reminder of your laziness and lack of control. You can't expect to think clearly or feel motivated when you're living in a mess. Clean it up, organize it, make your space a place where productivity and peace can thrive. Oh, but you're busy. Cry me a river. You're not too busy to clean up your space. You're just too comfortable making excuses. And here's the kicker. If you're waiting for some magical right time to optimize your environment, it's not coming. You have to make the time. You have to prioritize it, or you're choosing to let your surroundings sabotage you. And let's not forget about the content you consume. Your digital environment matters just as much as your physical one. If your feed is full of negativity, mindless distractions, and useless drama, you're poisoning your brain. Unfollow, unsubscribe, and block anything that isn't adding value to your life. Fill your feed with inspiration, education, and perspectives that push you to grow. Your environment should be epic. It should make you feel like the best version of yourself, not a washed up shell of who you could be. But guess what? No one's going to fix it for you. If you want an environment that inspires success, you have to create it. That means making hard decisions, putting in the effort, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. Optimize your surroundings or perish in the mess you've allowed to take over. It's that simple. There's no middle ground. Either you're building a space that lifts you up or you're drowning in one that drags you down. And if you're not willing to do the work, then don't bother complaining about your life not changing, because the problem isn't out there. It's right where you're sitting. Fix it. Alright, you've been called out. You've heard it all, and now it's time to face the facts. You've got two choices. Keep making excuses, staying comfortable in your little bubble, and watching everyone else level up, or finally get off your ass and invest in yourself. So what's it gonna be? You can sit there telling yourself you'll get to it tomorrow, or you can make today the day you actually start showing up for your own damn future. Here's the question for you. What's the one thing you're still letting hold you back? Is it fear, laziness, or just pure ignorance? Drop it in the comments below and be honest with yourself for once. No more hiding behind excuses. Share what's really stopping you from taking action, because we all know you're capable of more than what you've been putting out there. Don't just sit there like a spectator. This isn't a motivational speech you can forget by tomorrow. It's a challenge. You can either get uncomfortable and grow, or keep playing small and stay stuck in the same miserable cycle. The choice is yours. But if you're serious about leveling up, it's time to stop talking and start doing. Now get to work.